Welcome friends, myself Prashil Gupta. I am working with AMCG, that is Android Mobile Computing Group at BITS Pilani. So I will be covering the topic cross-platform mobile application development. Uh, First, the point of interactions that we would be discussing right now would be introduction, mobile landscapes, mobile. Today, what is mobile? Is mobile only used for calls and beyond? The problems with the development for the application for mobile and possible solutions which exist in the market. So moving to the first point, that is introduction. That the topic name cross-platform mobile application development tools, it itself is quite heavy. So let's try and understand what this topic means. When I mean cross-platform has two parts. One is cross and one is platform. So let's first focus on platform. So what is platform? Platform is probably has two parts, a hardware part and a software part. So by hardware I mean the hardware can be probably the microprocessor or the system on which the application is running. It might be a desktop, it might be a laptop, it might be a mobile, it might be a tablet, right? And by software I mean it might be a software stack, it might be the application, the operating system on which, probably a device driver which the application is using for development of the mobile, right? So when I say cross-platform, it means cross means it will work independent of the platform. It will work across the platform. It doesn't depend on which platform the mobile application will be deployed. So when I mean cross-platform mobile application development, you will be making mobile applications which will be working across platforms, across multiple platforms. It might be a desktop, it might be a laptop, it might be a mobile. And for mobile also, the mobile might be having a different operating system. I might have a mobile with a Symbian operating system, I might have a mobile with an Android, I might have a mobile with iOS, probably an iPhone, or I might have a mobile with a BlackBerry operating system, or probably a simple Java enabled, Java running operating system, probably a Samsung or Motorola, fine. So the mobile application should run on each and every device. So how we can achieve it, we'll try to cover in this session. The second point, coming to the second point, that is the mobile landscapes. So as already discussed in the introduction parts, today there are majority means there are many players in mobile applications or mobile platforms. We have a huge competition in mobile companies, like the giants are probably right now. In the past 1 or 2 years, the scenario has changed. The major players are Google with its operating system Android. Then we have iPhone, backing is by Apple. We have BlackBerry, and we have of course Nokia, the Symbian OS, right? And some little support with the Java-based operating system, right? So this is the scenario. So we want our mobile applications to work on all of this. So this brings us to the third part, that today's mobile phones, are they just mobile phones? When I mean by mobile phones, a phone is generally used for just making calls. So do we have a mobile right now or today, as per today, do we use only for making calls? The answer is absolutely no. Probably a mobile of today can replace a desktop or a server which was there a decade ago. It is so powerful. If you take an example of Google Nexus S, it has a processor of 1 GHz. It is probably more powerful than a desktop which was there a decade ago. So as the time has passed away and as we are developing, we are working on the development part of the mobile, and the mobile are becoming more and more sophisticated. It is supporting new features, and possibly we might have something like even the mobile might be replaced by something else, probably something by the augmented reality kind of thing, where we just have to think something and we'll be having a virtual and augmented or virtual reality kind of thing. We'll be having a mobile phone, and probably we can type in something and get the call fixed, a video call kind of thing. Who knows, right? So what are the challenges we will be facing if you want to work for this mobile application development for across this platform. Because when I say mobile application platform, it doesn't mean only mobile. It's something like, it is just not mobile. We also have Google TV, we have Kindles, we have Google tablets, we have iPads. So by mobile platform I means all of this. How to make application to run across all these devices. So the problem that we are having is, for each and every of this device, they have their own SDKs, they have their own development environment, and for that I have to probably learn their own language. So main problem is multilingual. Any problem or any application that I want to make for all these platforms, I have to learn each and every specific language. For example, if I want to develop an iPhone application, so it will run on an iOS operating system, so I have to learn Objective-C. If I want to develop an Android application, I have to know Java. If I want to make an application for Windows Mobile, I need to probably know C# or .NET. Or if I want to develop for a Symbian phone, I need to learn Qt. So if I want to make an application specific to all these separately, I need to have knowledge of each and every language. So that is not efficient, right? So why can't we have something like, if I can code my application in a particular language, and that application can be ported to each and every of this device. So there is something like a concept which has been introduced, that most of us are comfortable with the web development. So probably if I can develop an application using HTML, CSS and JavaScript, and possibly we can port it to all these different devices. So the benefit that we'll be getting is, HTML is being revised, as you know. The new version HTML5 is in the draft mode, and the basic thing which it focuses is an open web technology. By open web technology I mean all the major players, the browsers are working on it, the browser developers are working on it, so that it is cross-platform, so that a simple HTML page looks same on each and every device. So we can use probably HTML5 or CSS3 kind of thing for developing a mobile application, and that HTML code might be converted. That is the work of the development SDK, that how that would be converted in a native code, or even if it's not converted in native code, that HTML5 probably is a web application. Even if I have an internet connection, I can run that application in a browser and I can do with it, fine. So coming to the solution part, as I already discussed, I have two possible ways that it can be done. One is, the main thing is I will be coding in HTML, I will be doing a web development, and it's like native versus web solution. Whether I will be converting the web application in a native code or not. If I convert it into native code, that's one solution. That's probably being used by Titanium and other kind of companies, other kind of platforms. And the second is web solution, which is being used by PhoneGap and other kind of platforms or frameworks. So both of these solutions has its pros and cons. Coming to the native part, if I build using Titanium a mobile application, so if I have an iPhone, if I deploy my application on iPhone, I will get the UI specific to iPhone. How a window might look different in iPhone and a different in Android, because it has its own theme kind of thing. So if I want to get benefit of the native UI, I may want to use Titanium. My application across the platforms, I can use something like PhoneGap kind of thing, so that it is just a web application, it is open in the browser, and I can run it across the different devices. And as it is made in HTML5, I need not worry about the competitive part, because HTML5 takes care of it. So it's up to the developer whether he decides he wants a native kind of thing or a web solution kind of thing. And that probably covers each and every thing that I wanted. And coming to the image, the call part, the courtesy is computer vision guy Manpreet Singh, and this was just an introductory session. We would be covering what work we are doing in cross-platform mobile application development, AMCG bits, in the continuing session. Thank you very much.
this is Bits Pilani.
It's magic.